paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Got him! What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Outerverse Podcast.
Welcome back.
How you doing, Corey?
I'm doing good, Kendall. How about you, man?
I am doing great. I just got off of work for the long weekend of the July 4th celebration of America.
America. Yeah, so,
How about you?
Same here, man.
You have a good week?
Yeah, it's been a long week. So I'm excited to be back here with everybody. And thanks, guys, for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us. Happy early July 4th.
Exactly. Or, if you say it differently, the 4th of July.
The 4th of July.
May the 4th be with you.
But we've got some good stuff to talk about, don't you think so?
Yeah,
Kimball?
we do.
Okay.
Lots of good and a couple bad things.
Couple of bad things, yes. Finally,
we say something bad about somebody.
I know. It's time that we completely shit all over one thing.
Hey, before we start, do you want to talk about for just a second the I can't help but mention like the Twitter and stuff like that. It's just been freaking wild, dude.
It has. Our Twitter has been popping.
It's been exploding.
It has been exploding. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. And I'm sure we'll have a couple special shout outs at the end. I'm sure.
I have a couple in mind. What about you?
Yeah, I got a couple, yeah. They might be the same ones.
So thanks, guys. And mainly, a lot of you probably saw our tweet or our Instagram post today. So thank you so much for your support and helping us get onto Chartable's top 200 film and movie podcast.
We made it, baby!
We made it. And that was one thing that I never thought that we would make it onto was a podcast chart. So especially a top 200.
That's crazy, seeing as that we are a podcast.
It is.
It's insane. I thought we were going to make the music video charts. I was really hoping for that one.
That would have turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe one day we can make our own music video for our intro.
I would have been happy with that too.
Yeah, maybe somebody will make us a song one day and we can do a music video to it.
I'm sure it will happen one day.
That'd be a great vlog video right there.
It would.
That'd be a good time.
It would. But anyways, we have some cool shit to talk about. What about you, Kendall? Do you have some cool shit to kick it off with?
I got some good stuff. I got some good ones.
Oh, he's got some good
ones.
All right, Kendall, why don't you kick it off for us today?
I don't have any good ones.
Oh, shit.
I don't have any. No, so you want to start with video games?
Yeah, let's start.
Usual?
Yeah, as usual, let's start with video games.
Let's start with the video games. Okay, so if you're familiar with DC comic book characters, I said in a few episodes ago that I started playing Injustice 2 Mobile.
Yes.
Which is not very old, but in video game years, it's very old. It's been out for quite a while. I'm playing it while I'm waiting on RuneScape Mobile to come out.
Right.
Which I'm also very, very pumped about, and I will not get bored and find another game once that comes out. But until then, I've been hopping game to game. Excuse me. I ate some pizza earlier, so I had a burp. But anyway, so I've been playing Injustice 2 on my phone a lot. And in these mobile games...
You've been killing it?
I've been killing it, dude. I'm slaying it. I'm not like a super pro yet, though, but I'm like one of those guys who like you might let into your clan because he looks like he has potential. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, so I've been playing the game, and I've been like progressing through the campaign and the story and getting more characters, leveling them up, and all the yada yada mobile game, canon. But anyway, So they have a section in the game where it's called leagues. Mm-hmm. So like basically you and your friends, there can be 30 people in a league. Right. So like if you had an account, I have an account, one of us could start like a league. And then you could come like join the league. I can make you like an officer. You can like recruit other people.
Oh, so then I could get in on that shit.
Yeah. And so you as a league, you like do fun like event stuff together.
Okay.
Such as like raids and stuff like that. Yeah. Right. That the general video game kind of stuff. But anyway, so number one is I created my own league.
Oh shit.
On Injustice 2 Mobile.
Oh shit.
And I did it today. and you'll never guess what I called it.
What did you call it?
The Outerverse. And I actually looked at it and I was like, this is a pretty cool name.
Sweet. Sweet.
But anyway, so I did that. So there we have a league on that Corey just found out about on Injustice 2 Mobile for those of all 12 of you that are still playing it. And anyway, we have that.
We're out there.
We're out there.
We're out there.
Get it out there in the Outerverse.
In the Outerverse, yeah.
You're so funny. You're so funny. Anyway, but so there's that, and also in a lot of mobile games that have like combat stuff, like in Mortal Kombat Mobile, Marvel Contest of Champions, Injustice.
Right.
Basically, the premise of the game, the way you level up is you get these like gems or tokens or whatever by fighting and progressing through the game.
Right.
And you use them to buy like sort of a chest, kind of a chest model prize. Not an actual guy who models his chest.
That would be cool though. That would be the shit though.
I bought a man, he models his chest. Yeah, that's good.
Like Gerard Butler.
Yeah, Gerard Butler. Yeah, well, it's good. Anyway, so you buy chests and you open them to like get new heroes. That's how you get new characters.
Right.
Anyway, so there's a basic one that costs like the least amount, and then there's all these like higher priced ones that you can spend a ton on and probably not get anything good.
Right.
So basically, you're supposed to kind of start off buying the basic ones. So anyway, you've got like percentage chances to get like silver heroes, like the lowest you can get.
Okay.
So you can get silver heroes, gold heroes, or like legendary heroes.
Right.
So the silver heroes, it's like a 92% chance or 91% chance that you're going to get a silver hero, and it's so stupid. But anyway, and then there's like a 6 or 7% chance that you get a gold hero, which I've gotten a couple, but
it's rare.
It's very rare. Yeah, it's very rare. Anyway, so there's like a 0.0 something % chance that you get a legendary.
That one's like winning the lottery.
Exactly. And the chest, like, it falls down from off screen when you get it.
So it falls from the Outerverse.
Yeah, it falls from the Outerverse off screen and onto the screen, and you see like a silver chest or gold chest, or the legendary one's like glowing. Right. And so I'm sitting on my lunch break at work yesterday, and I'm like spending the last little bit of tokens or whatever this shit is that I have to buy. I'm such a fucking nerd. So I bought it. I bought the chap. I had enough for like 3 of them, and I bought the first one's always going to be shit. Right. So I hit the first one, and I like kind of looked away to like take a sip of my drink because I eat my lunch in the car at work because I don't like talking to people. Right. Clearly, that's why I helped start a podcast, because I hate talking to people. But anyway, it fell down from off screen as I like looked away, and I looked back up, and it was like glowing purple, and like lightning was coming out of it and stuff, and I was like, "What the shit is this?" Anyway, so I'm not even a good gamer at this, so like I feel like I robbed someone else who really is into this game, of a chance to get a legendary character, and I got a fucking legendary character.
Holy shit.
Just from like the little basic box. Anyway, and it never hardly happens ever. But anyway, in reference to the games that you've played in the past, guess what character I got?
What character did you get?
Arkham Knight Batman.
Ooh.
Yeah. And he is a badass, let me tell you. But anyway, this is what I'm going to show you. This is what the
Outerverse.
Yeah, the Outerverse. Our league. Anyway, so that was my video game news, and I about shit myself in the car when it happened. I was like, "Oh my god, I got a legendary character!" And then I stopped for a minute, and I was like, "What is wrong with me? Why am I so excited over this?" Nothing. Well, this thing that doesn't matter at all.
This is what it's all about.
Exactly.
This is what it's all about.
Exactly.
All about. So
anyway, that was my video game news of the week. It wasn't news from media, but it was news from me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what matters, man.
It was news from me.
It means something. That's right. It means something to you, man.
Hell yeah, it does. It means a lot to me. I just want to thank my mom and my dad for my legendary Batman. So what about actual video game news?
Actual video game news?
Do you have actual video game news?
I have a couple of things here. Okay, so have you heard of the the game series Crysis before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
Developed by Crytek and Electronic Arts. Okay, so they have a remastered version of the original Crysis that plans to release July 23rd.
Okay.
So, but
that's on all platforms.
On all platforms.
Cool.
So, but they had the official reveal yesterday for it, as far as images go, so that people can kind of compare them. You know what I mean, to the original and then the remastered. So, what's funny about it is it has like the community in an uproar because they released the images, and I looked at them myself, and it doesn't even really look that remastered. So
really?
it's got the fans in an uproar. They're like, "What is this shit?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. What is this shit? You're just trying to milk the franchise at this point. Because I think what the fans really wanted, because Crysis is a really good series. I remember playing it. It's a really, really good series. But I think what the fans really wanted was not a remaster. I think they really wanted a remake. They wanted him
kind of a reimagining of
reimagining and on an updated engine. So they wanted it to be on an updated engine.
So it wasn't on an updated engine?
No, all they did was just like in...
I couldn't say that. It wasn't on an updated engine.
But all they did was just enhance the graphics.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, that's all they really did.
That's a bummer.
I think they might have added a couple of things here and there, but what the fans really wanted was for them to remake the game from the ground up.
Thanks, guys, for this exact same thing we already have.
Yeah, I know. So it's got the Crysis, like the hardcore. A lot of the more like people who played it and liked it, like myself, are just kind of like, oh, that's cool, a Crysis remaster, you know?
Yeah.
But the hardcore Crysis fans, the ones that are Crysis to the core, they're like,
not me, by the way.
They're like, you guys suck ass. They're like, you guys suck ass for not actually remaking Crysis.
So this is actually something that like people were like furious about.
This is something that a lot of people were furious
I'm looking
about.
from the outside in on this.
Yes.
I don't even know that I've ever played it, but I do know what you're talking about.
So I looked at a lot of like Reddit forums and everything, and there are a lot of like die-hard Crysis fans who are just uproared about this. So.
Really?
Yeah, but I can't blame them. I mean, they have the technology. They had all this time. It's a very dated game.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have taken them that long to remake the game from the ground up. So.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I have. Kind of transitioning into something else is there will be new game announcements on the way from Square Enix.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I like Square Enix.
I do. I love
they make
Square
good
Enix.
Games.
Yes. So we have new game announcements on the way. I don't have anything at the moment, but I wanted to mention this because they were originally going to announce these new games or domains that they had acquired for games. They were going to announce them originally at the now canceled E3.
Yeah, of course.
So
can I ask you a question real quick?
Everybody kind of needs to be on the lookout for Square Enix to kind of potentially start dropping some new game announcements soon.
Sure.
So, yeah.
So when you mentioned E3, is E3 not doing some kind of online or virtual conference or anything?
That's a good question. From what I've heard,
because most big conventions are doing that now.
Yeah, they're doing a virtual type conference essentially. You know, but that's a good question. Everything that I have read so far is that no, they are not doing that.
That seems like such a loss.
That's just
on
from
the fans' end. You know?
That's what I was saying, but that's just from what I've read so far. So we're talking about the internet here.
Yeah, everything's true on the internet.
Everything's true on the internet. So this is just news that I'm gathering from the internet. So from what I've read, no, there will be no E3.
Yeah. Okay.
But take that with a grain of salt because, like we said, we are talking about the interweb.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I wasn't going anyway. So.
Nah, I wasn't.
I'm not cool enough yet.
But it would be cool to go though. That would be cool. That is one event that I've always wanted to go to. Was E3.
See, I feel that way about Comic-Con.
Yes.
Or this year Fandom for DC.
Yes. So
would you? Let me ask you this. This is a really completely unrelated question. If someone came to you and said, Corey, or maybe he was he was British or something, and he said, Corey, I got a lot of money, and I'll pay you $1 million to go to E3 and buy your tickets and everything.
Can this guy go with me?
Yes, absolutely. I'm driving the jet.
Hell yeah.
I'm driving the jet. We drive jets now. Anyway, so someone said they'll pay you $1 million to go to E3.
Okay.
But you have to go completely all out and spend a good bit of money on your costume as a video game character, and you had to wear it to the conference. What character would it be?
Ooh.
That's the one condition.
Oh, man.
And I'm not talking about like cardboard suit. I'm talking about like serious,
ordered.
like tailored.
So you're talking hardcore,
like hardcore costume, like that one guy who goes viral at the conference.
This is the type of costume that afterwards it gets put on display in your
exactly,
home, right?
yeah. Or for me and you, it'd be put on display in the hallway.
Holy shit!
What character?
That's a really good question. Can you ask me that last part though in that British accent?
Yeah. If you had to do it, if you had to wear a bloody costume, what character would you be? And you had to spend some money on it. What bloody video game character would you be?
Holy shit!
Tell me now. Spit it out.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, Lord.
I would probably go all out to make the best costume I could to become Vault Boy from Fallout.
Okay. All right. Vault Boy from Fallout.
Vault Boy from Fallout. I would spend ample amounts of money. And I'm not talking about just like dyeing my hair blonde. I'm talking about I would spend all out. I mean, I would turn into...
If it meant cutting your hair, you'd cut it.
Oh, no, not even that. I mean, I would have like a big bobblehead size mask made and everything. Yes.
Yeah.
I would become a bobblehead Vault Boy.
You would pay someone on the dark web for new ID cards and social security numbers.
Yes.
As Vault Boy.
Absolutely. You can find my address is Vault 101.
22 Baker Street. Anyway, I'm sorry I digress. I was curious.
Yeah.
As to what you would be if you could go as anything.
Now let me take that question and throw it right back at you.
Okay.
What costume would you be? What character would you be?
Out of the full video games that I've ever played, no, I would be, if I could spend all the money. I don't want to say Batman because there's going to be 8 million people dressed up as Batman, and there may or may not be a big Batman thing at the conference.
It's too predictable for you.
Yeah, exactly. I would be my
poker face.
Lady Gaga?
That's what you would be.
Would I be Lady Gaga? I don't know. I don't think I could pull that one off. That would take some plastic surgery for sure. No, I think the character I would be if I had to pick one, it would probably be.
You would become a Pikmin. Do you remember the Pikmin?
No, I don't. Okay, I'll say this. I don't play a lot of video games that doesn't have superheroes in it that are really famous. Okay, here's what I would do. I would buy an actual, real, serious Barney costume.
Oh, shit.
And then I would cut it up into big pieces.
Okay.
And then I would take it to a tailor and I would say, hey, I'm paying you $50,000. I need you to turn me into Spyro.
Holy shit, dude.
And I'm going to fly into this conference.
Why does it have to be
It needs to have actual...
Why does it have to be a Barney?
Because I feel like you wouldn't need much. You wouldn't need much else adjustment other than some sewing and pull out some stuffing, you know?
But wouldn't they already have, like, purple
No, I don't want it. I don't want that shit. I want a handcrafted ting.
Holy shit.
And then tear that Barney tag off and let's make some new shit.
I like it.
Let's make some.
I like it. I can dig it.
Spyro, and then my suit would actually allow me to breathe fire.
Dude.
But it wouldn't be enough to burn you. It would just be enough to light a cigarette, you know?
So like some of that magic trick.
Yeah, just a little
like
a little flame.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway. What were we talking about? E3? You were talking about E3
yeah,
and
we were talking about how E3 was canceled. So
Gotcha.
But that's all the topics I have as far as video games go. So are we ready to kind of transition into TV shows?
Yes. Okay. What do we have for TV shows this week?
All right, this week. Do you want me to kick it off?
Yeah, kick it off,
I will kick it off. Okay, so have you heard of, and this kind of relates into video games as well.
Okay.
So it's kind of perfect. Have you heard or played of that kind of 1930s game that they made called Cuphead?
Yes.
It's extremely
I know
difficult.
exactly what you're talking about.
That game will kick your ass.
Will it?
Yes,
I've never played the game.
Yes.
I didn't know what it was until what you're talking about.
Yes, it will kick your ass. It's like a run and gun.
The game will physically kick my ass.
It might as well.
What do you play it on? What do you play it on?
It's on PC. It's on PC, and I think it's also on consoles as well. Do not quote me on that, but I do know for a fact it is on PC.
Okay.
So, but anyways, Netflix's animation team is working on a TV show that will be coming out sometime around 2021 called The Cuphead Show. So they're taking it and they're making it it's very on animated series on Netflix.
Yeah.
So and it will follow the misadventures of Cupman and Mugman. So I'm pretty excited because I loved Cuphead.
Yeah.
I love that game.
I just recently, like a day or two ago, watched I guess it was a trailer. I'm not really sure. It kind of talked about, it wasn't really like a trailer for the show. I think it was more of like them talking about them doing it.
Okay.
You know, they were showing some clips from it, but then it was like people, artists and stuff talking about it.
Right.
So I think it was like a 2 or 3 minute long video thing, and then at the end it was like, boom, Netflix.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that because I thought the game was amazing, and there actually was there was a really deep story to Cuphead.
Yeah.
So and
I can't see that.
You can't see that? There really was. There was a really deep story to Cuphead. So and they didn't. When you beat the game, they didn't really. They left it open ended. So if they are able to like properly execute this animated show,
a conception open ended or what? What do you mean by that?
Pretty much. If they ever wanted to make a sequel to the original Cuphead, they could.
Oh.
So that's why I'm saying I think if they're able to properly execute this animated show, I think it should turn out pretty well. If they're able to kind of do a good job of like seamlessly sewing it onto the story of the original game. I think it would be pretty cool.
Okay, so, yeah, cool. I'm down. I'm going to watch it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's really good. If you like that kind of Tom and Jerry type vibe.
I love that.
That is exactly
it's very pre-Looney Tunes.
Yes, that is on the verge of kind of how Cuphead is. But what they did with the game, and this is why I think you would like it, is it was a mixture of those old timey silent movies.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of how the game was. I think that's kind of how they're going to do the animated series too. So I think I'm interested to see how well they pull it off.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I've watched a lot of Netflix original stuff before. I'm sure you have as well, and they do a pretty good job.
Yeah,
they do a pretty good job
as far as animated stuff.
As far as animated stuff, yeah, I think they do a pretty good job. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna watch it. I just don't know anything about it. I'm gonna watch it just because it's a cartoon that looks okay.
Yeah,
and I like that old style of cartoons.
Yeah, I love the retro stuff. So
anytime
I
see like new cartoons and shit, I don't know. I just can't do it. It's like all this like gumballs and I just think it's dumb. I don't know. But that's probably my biased opinion. Like I'm too stupid to like sit down and watch it and give it a shot.
That's why I said if you like, if you're a fan of like the Tom and Jerry type stuff, then you would probably be a fan of this. So,
really?
Yeah. So
cool.
Guys, be on the lookout for that. That's supposedly supposed to come out around 2021 or so. So just kind of be on the lookout for that. But,
do that. We can get your cup in your hand and
that's right.
Sit it on your head and watch that show. When does it come out, you said?
They're estimating maybe early 2021.
Okay, cool.
So we'll be on the lookout for that. And when it comes out, we'll watch it and we'll talk about it.
We will.
So
we will watch it.
What about you, Kendall? TV shows.
Yeah,
man.
TV shows. I got a couple things. So me and Haley are now into season 2 of Hannibal.
Oh shit!
And this is like my second or third maybe time watching it.
Right.
And it's better now than it was.
It's one of those ones that the more you watch it, the better it
gets.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. So we're working through that, and I've been, speaking of cartoons, I've been going back and finding myself on Disney Plus watching classic superhero cartoons.
Yes.
When I say classic, I mean like
you're talking old school.
Like animated series,
like what we were just talking about. You're talking retro, super retro.
Like for example, I've been watching the Silver Surfer cartoon.
Oh, that was a cartoon,
dude. And when I tell you, it is old and looks old, but it is solid gold. It's awesome.
Really,
it's good, dude.
Do you know any of the voice actors?
I have no idea. They're probably all dead. It's that old. It's that old. It's that old. No, it's probably it's more than 20 years old for sure.
Wow.
It was probably pre me.
And to be that old, they pulled it off.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they killed it. It's very like drawn animated.
Yes.
And you can see almost when you're watching it how they put it together.
Right.
Which I think that's awesome. I love that.
Yes.
Especially when you take into account the time frame that it was in.
This was the So this was the era where they actually had
drawing shit, yeah.
So they had like a press, so they would swap them out, and that's how they would do their animation.
Yeah, and I think they would create windows in between those swaps.
Yes,
and that's what helped them make moves and movement and stuff.
Oh man!
But most of it, I would say, probably easily 50 to 60% of it was like hand drawn stuff, and it looks really good.
Yeah,
but I've been watching that, and I've been watching Spider-Man and his Super Friends.
Spider-Man and
I think that's what it's called. And his super friends. It's Firestorm and Iceman.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think it's Firestorm.
I feel like I feel like an idiot for not knowing both of these shows.
Yeah. Do you have Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Dude, you need to watch some good good old classics.
I know they have it broken down really well where it's like 1980s, 1970s.
I've watched the original Spider-Man too. That was really good too.
Yeah, that one
the TV
that's
series.
A classic.
Yeah, the TV series.
That's a classic.
Where he's like flying from the sky.
Yes.
There's all the memes. I don't know why I felt the need to do this. Anyway, so I've been watching those, kind of working my way back through that stuff.
Right.
And I think, what else you got? You got any TV show stuff?
Yeah. So I've got.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your sip there.
Oh no,
you go ahead and take it if you want to.
Something else I have is Hulu. So if you know, are you a fan of the FX network?
Yes.
Okay, so you know that FX has kind of done a partnership kind of with Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay,
correct.
so you may or may not know, and all of you listening or watching, you may not know as well, but they are working on an American Horror Story spinoff. Yes.
Okay, so I did know about the spinoff. I just don't. I knew that it was happening, and I just don't know anything else about it from then on.
Well, guess what? I don't know anything else about it either. All I know is the name of it.
The American Horror Story.
All I know is the name of it, and I don't understand the name.
What is the name?
American Horror Stories.
American Horror Stories?
Yes.
It's probably, if I had to guess, it's probably like a vivid reimagining of like really super popular like folklore, ghost tales.
Well, a little bit of information I do know.
Okay, so...
A little bit that I do know.
So you're a liar, is what you're saying. Are you holding information back from me?
Well,
be gone!
No. Okay, I'm leaving. A little bit of information that I do know is that they did say that they would touch on all of the segments that they had. So how, American Horror Story, each season was a different saga, essentially. Yeah, sure. So they said that American Horror Stories would lightly touch on each saga.
Really?
I don't know how. I don't know if they'll kind of intertwine episodes or seasons along with the sagas of American Horror Story, but I think it should be cool. I mean, I like American Horror Story. I didn't watch it all the way through, but from what I did watch, I thought it was okay. So, be on the lookout for that. I didn't know also that FX had partnered with Hulu. I had no idea about that.
Rewind real quick, because I was trying my best not to yawn, and it was happening, and you looked at me like, now it's your turn to say something, and I was just like, but I tried not to make any noise. Anyway, did you say that you haven't watched all of American Horror Story?
No, I have not watched all the way through. I've watched a couple of episodes sporadically, but I haven't seen...
Did you watch any of the seasons all the way through?
I didn't. I think I made it...
Oh, man.
I think I made it 80% of the way through Asylum.
Dude, you are... What? Yes. That's one of the best seasons too, man.
I made it like... Cause
Hotel is my favorite.
I vaguely remember Asylum. I think there was a lady talking about aliens and shit.
Yeah.
I don't...
It was a good season, man. That show's awesome, dude. I love that show. There's some shitty seasons.
Because I think it took place in like the 1960s, I think.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember much about it. But I made it like 80% of the way through that season. But
yeah, you need to watch the Cult season.
I've heard good things about that one.
You need to watch the Cult.
I've heard good things about.
What's the guy's name? What's his name? The guy from the show, Evan Peters. Dude,
okay.
You actually kind of look like Evan Peters a little bit, but but with facial hair and a beanie.
I'm rocking the beanie.
Yeah, he's rocking a beanie. I like it. What do you guys think? Do you think he looks good in the beanie?
Yeah. What you guys think?
But anyway, yeah, American Horror Story is great. You should check it out.
Okay, definitely. I'll need to get on that because, like I said, I remember, and I've watched a couple of episodes in other seasons too. I know I'm all over the place and shit, but
I'm sorry, I keep going.
It's cool.
It's cool. If you don't know this, guys, we're recording this episode super late one night.
Super late.
So that you can have this mind-boggling content.
This is how dedicated we are.
Tell them, Corey.
I will tell them.
You tell them, baby. You tell them.
Holy shit. We are dedicated. We were not going to skip for the 4th of July. We said, nah, we're not going to do that. We will provide an episode for the 4th of July. We will do it.
Dude, you know what I just realized?
What?
We're recording our 4th episode.
Oh! Holy shit.
Yes!
Destiny, right?
Destiny.
Like we said this after the pilot episode. You know, the planets aligned for this to happen. And it is happening.
It's happening.
And you can't stop us.
You can't stop it.
We will not get canceled.
We won't. We won't allow it. Mainly because no one's paying us. So
Mainly. But that's all I have for TV shows. What about you?
Okay. I got a couple things.
Okay.
So number one is I do not watch anime.
Okay.
And I say that with an open mind because I want to. I just don't know what the fuck to watch because there's so much.
You've never watched Dragon Ball Z?
I didn't.
Holy shit.
I didn't. So
Damn it.
The reason I say I know that, I know some people are like, fuck this podcast. Slamming the door. But anyway, I never really got into anime because I was like at the age where anime was supposed to like consume my life. I like went left field into like skateboarding or something, and I just never I never took the time to watch any of it or fall in love with it or whatever you do with anime.
Do you need me to give you some
You should definitely send me some anime stuff. But the reason I say this about anime is because I do watch one anime show.
Okay.
And I think that it is so freaking awesome.
What show is it?
One Punch Man.
Yes. That is a very good show.
I love that
That's
show.
That's a very good show.
That's a very good show. Funny.
I will tell you right now a show that you definitely need to watch.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Death Note?
I'm going to be a fat American here and say I've watched the movie, but I've never seen the show.
Okay, the show beats the movie by miles.
Really?
Yes. So you need to watch the anime of Death Note. You need to watch that.
Okay.
It is a fantastic show.
Is it on streaming or something? Is it on Netflix or Hulu or something?
I know you can find
Probably
it.
is.
I know you can find it on Crunchyroll. But,
okay.
Yeah.
What's Crunchyroll?
It's an anime streaming service.
Next time I'm eating sushi, I'm gonna get really close and look at it and see if I can see Death Note on top of my Crunchyroll.
See if Goku's hiding in that shit. Like,
spicy tuna, Kamehameha.
But another one. I'm sure. I know for a fact you've heard of Naruto.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
You definitely need.
I
to
know
watch
about
Naruto.
it. I've never watched it.
You need to not Shippuden, but you need to watch the original.
See, this is the kind of things that confuses me, because when I'm asking someone about anime, they always say these words that I don't freaking know what it means. And they're like, let me repeat back to you what you said. Not Naruto. You need to watch. First off, they know I don't watch it because I called it Naruto.
Right.
Naruto. Don't watch that one. Don't watch the Shippuden one. The Schmiggity one. Don't watch that one. Watch the regular Naruto. Duh.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I got you. I'll definitely check it out. I'm gonna stay away from that old Shippuden.
Stay away from Shippuden.
What is it? Shippuden?
I think it's Shippuden.
I Shippuden it yesterday at the post office.
I think it's SHIPUDEN. I think I'm not sure, but what Shippuden was it was a continuation of the story, so it was like years after the original series that ended in. So that's why I said ended.
Shippuden ended.
It was a continuation for after the original show ended. So that's why I said, you watch the original one first, because Shippuden takes place years after the events.
Yeah.
Of the original series, so
okay.
It's been a while since I've watched them too, but you definitely do need to watch it because it's a fantastic show.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
sure.
So yeah,
absolutely. TV shows. I had one more thing.
Okay.
And I don't remember what it was. Yes.
Oh, you can't remember what it is?
I can't.
Oh, jeez.
It's okay. I'll have it for next week.
Damn it, Kendall.
I'll burrow it deep inside.
Well, if that's the case, are we ready to move on to movies then?
Movies.
I have a couple of things. What about you?
All right, smack me in the face with one of them.
I will smack you upside the head.
Smack you upside the head with this movie.
So one thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's at the top of my list, honestly, is Brightburn. So I really, really wanted to touch on Brightburn with you, because I know that you and Haley have watched it.
Yes.
And just the other night, Brittany and I have watched it.
Okay.
So we both have watched it.
Hit me with your questions.
What did you think about the overall story of the movie?
Coming from someone who obviously is going to love this movie because I'm a DC fan.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm a Superman fan. Just a lot of times, and I know in stories like Injustice and stuff like that, we get to see like a bad Superman.
Right.
But nobody ever, up until this point, we haven't really visited a story arc where he's a kid growing up
and he's murderous as shit,
and he's evil. Yeah. We don't get to see like what if he wasn't good, what if he was bad, and I think the dynamic that it has.
And the entire thing that's implanted in his head is take the world.
Yeah. which Superman could easily do.
He could easily do that.
Kid,
but that just wasn't his his blood. That just wasn't in Superman's blood.
Yeah,
but apparently it was in this kid.
Instead of hope, he had hate.
He had hate. He had a lot of hate.
Maybe I should have pitched that to them. That could have been a good tagline.
Because let me tell you, we watched it, and I love horror movies, but I don't know if I would classify this as a horror movie. I don't know if I would classify it as that. But
really?
Yeah. But anyways,
why?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the whole Superman.
Would you call it more of a sci-fi horror?
I would call it sci-fi horror. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Not straight up horror. Sci-fi horror. That's what I would call it. But there aren't many movies that when something gruesome happens, I have to turn away and be like,
yeah,
the f is this?
I feel the same way. I feel like I've conditioned myself pretty well to seeing that stuff. But
there was like 3 or 4 times in Brightburn where I was like, this is some messed up shit. And, I was like, dude, this kid's messed up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this kid? Like,
Yeah.
So there were a couple of moments.
What was to you, since we both just watched this movie? What was to you the most gruesome?
Oh God, I knew he was gonna ask me this shit because it's been burned into my brain since I watched the movie. Okay, so I don't know the actor's name. I just know he played Badger in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I think he did a really good job. By the way,
and correct me if I'm wrong on this, guys, but I'm pretty sure he also played. What's his name? Cheddar Bob in 8 Mile. Did he play Cheddar Bob?
I don't think that was him. I think that was somebody different.
Probably.
But he looks very similar to Cheddar Bob.
Looks very like him.
Cheddar Bob.
Also looks like my boss at work, and I told him.
Really?
Told him that I watched him die in a movie last night.
Holy shit.
He said thanks.
But thanks, I appreciate that. But yeah, so damn it, I knew you were going to ask me a question like this because that scene has been etched into my brain. You know, that's what horror movies will have. They have a tendency to, if there is a very traumatic scene, to become etched into your brain. So you remember it forever.
Yeah.
And I will remember this until I die. So, but it was his death scene. So where he picked the car up and tilted it forward, and when he dropped it, and like his face went into the steering wheel. And then he comes walking up, and he's like, his jaw like just kind of like detaches and falls off. I was like, dude, what the hell?
Dude, that was crazy.
I was like, dude, that's nasty. And he like tries to pick it up and like put it back in place and shit. And I was like, that's nasty, dude.
That's rough.
That's nasty.
I didn't like that either. Haley was like, what the fuck is that?
It shows him for like a split frame. You see a split frame of where he just goes bam, like that into the steering wheel.
And there's not a lot of gory horror scenes that actually sort of take more than a second or two to show you the horror. I mean, not the horror, but the actual act that creates the pain.
Yes.
Most of the time
they did a damn good job.
Most of the time it's sort of indirectly, but I noticed in this movie a lot of the gore scenes are prolonged. They're very like
they want you to see it.
Yeah, you watch the whole thing of someone being, mutilated or split, or their face split in half,
or a piece of glass,
and it was almost too long. It kind of gave me in the painful, gory moments. It kind of gave me like a Hostel vibe in the sense that you just they keep showing it, and you're like, oh fuck.
Stop showing this shit.
Show me the stars and let me hear him scream or something.
Give me the cliche.
Where was M. Night Shyamalan when you were filming this? Gosh.
But what was your in that movie the most gruesome scene?
I'm gonna say so. Have you? Let me ask you a random question. That's not really random. Okay. Have you ever wore contacts?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
So then you know how uncomfortable touching your eye is.
It's very weird, and we obviously aren't meant to do that.
Yes. And so I think my moment surprisingly would be when the lady gets the light busts in her eyes and she gets a piece of the glass from the light in her eyeball.
And it had to be the longest piece of glass in the world, dude.
It wasn't like a little speck that you get like
she just
in
keeps pulling and pulling, dude. It's just nasty
God, dude, it's like
shit.
Freaking 3 inches long. Like it should have been like poking out the back of her head. Like what the hell? Anyway, but like the amount of pressure that like your eyeball has in it is unbelievable. That's like when you sneeze and stuff, your eyes close involuntarily because there's so much pressure behind it. So actually with your eye open pulling on it would be an ungodly amount of pain.
And that's why when she finally got it out, you saw like all that blood just spray all over the place. It was nasty, dude. Nasty.
And to have blood coming out of your eye, because your eyeball doesn't have blood in it.
Let's be real for just a
that means the blood came from back behind the eyeball.
Let's be real for just a minute, though. Okay. Why the hell was she looking at these lights? I mean, come on now. I mean, you see the lights.
I mean, yeah, they're like, flickering a little bit, but
let me walk towards them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh no! Yeah, let me.
Maybe she was looking at a bug.
That was probably the most cliche thing in the movie. It was just like, oh shit, okay, these lights are flickering.
Let me walk close to them.
There's weird shit on the windows. Hold up, let me walk near to these flickering lights. Okay.
What did you? What did you think about the symbol?
I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Did you take it as like 2 B's for Brightburn or 2 B's for Brendan Breyer? Because I took it as 2 B's for Brightburn.
I kind of was thinking, and maybe there's something out there about this, but I was thinking that maybe it actually meant something else, and they just tried to play it off like it was one of those two.
It could.
And maybe it's somewhere in the movie.
Could be.
I don't know. I'm just bullshitting.
Now that you mentioned that, though, I actually do have some news regarding Brightburn, which is why I wanted to touch on it, because we both of us.
Does it have anything to do with the ending?
It has a lot to do with the ending.
Okay, please.
It has a lot to do with the ending.
Touch on it.
So, James Gunn is the one who, he produced and directed the movie. And he's responsible for Guardians of the Galaxy and what else? What else did he do, Kendall?
He's doing the new Suicide Squad movie.
The new Suicide Squad movie.
The reboot/sequel.
Yes. So, James Gunn, he's the man. And like Kendall always says,
he is the man.
He is a man.
He is also a man. He is also a man.
So back in February, because this movie came out last year, correct? I think it was 2019. It was a 2019 movie.
Was it?
Yes, I think so.
I feel like it was before that.
I think it was early 2019.
It probably was early 2019.
Yes. But in February of this year, before everything went to shit.
Yeah. It did go to shit.
He was already in talks of a Brightburn 2 and a Brightburn 3.
Really? With the same studio and stuff?
With Sony, yes, with Sony and what was the other company that was responsible? Was it Stage 6? It was Stage 6, and he's in talks with them to create 2 more movies.
Really?
And he is extremely. It's happening. He's just obviously, because of everything going on. Yeah,
dude, that'll be really interesting.
But what really piques my interest with him wanting to do 2 more movies, and why I wanted to touch on it is because this is something that you especially would really appreciate, Kendall.
Yeah, tell me.
With the 2 movies, he wants to create an evil Justice League. Yes. So at the end, you remember the end of the movie. Yeah. By the way, guys, if you haven't watched it, spoilers, okay?
Spoiler alert. We've already spoiled it for you, but this is extreme spoiler alert.
This is extreme. Okay, so at the end, where Michael Rooker is like the crazy ass newscaster or some shit.
The conspiracy news guy.
Yes. His hair's all over the place and shit. He looks like the aliens guy.
It's funny.
But you know how he was comparing like the video image of Brendan Breyer? He was comparing it to like other mythological creatures that were in that universe.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was
But were they mythological or actual?
They were ones that, according to James Gunn, were like primarily for that universe.
Yeah.
So there was a woman, and there was also this half-man, half-creature that apparently takes down ships.
Yeah, submarines and shit.
So, he wants to touch on those two characters.
But the woman, he specifically used the words a witch who's killing people with ropes,
and
meaning Wonder Woman, Lasso of Truth.
Yep.
And he also had so there were 6 blocks.
Yeah.
And the top left was I just had it. The top left was the top middle one was the Brightburn kid hovering over a building. Yes. And then the top right
tearing
one,
up shit.
The top right one was the girl with the ropes, which is Wonder Woman, and the bottom right was a question mark, which I assume means some kind of evil guy / Batman. But the bottom middle one was what intrigued me because it looked like an alien.
Right.
But clearly it's Martian Manhunter.
It would have to be.
Has to be.
It has to be. If this is what he's going for, if James Gunn wants to do an evil Justice League, that's what it has to be. But what interests me the most is that I love the fact that this is completely 100% original.
Yeah.
Even though it is Superman-esque, this is all original shit.
And it's not shit.
It's not shit.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. I don't think James Gunn has done anything that is shit.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal director and producer.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
something that also interests me that he wants to do with the 2 movies that he has planned to continue with the universe, essentially, is so he wants the second movie to basically be the introduction to more evil of supervillains, essentially.
Yeah.
But what he wants Part 3 to be is a completely original, super powerful superhero that shows up and pretty much murders them all. So that's what. So
that would be cool, dude.
So he wants.
See, I don't know any of this. This is great.
So from what I've read, he wants the third installment, pretty much a trilogy. He wants the last movie of the trilogy to basically be nothing but like 2 hours of basically this superhero taking out all of these like murderous supervillains.
That would be awesome.
It would be
very,
badass.
very like sort of Chronicle kind of way.
It would be insane, and that's what that's why I'm so excited for it, is because I loved Brightburn, and so him wanting to create like an evil Justice League, and then pretty much have this like he was like super powerful superhero. Just kind of shows up out of nowhere and is like, hey, I'm killing all you bitches. Yeah. I'm killing all of you. So I think it would be badass. Because
do you think he would use like a Batman kind of hero, or more like a Black Adam kind of deal?
Well, knowing him, it would probably just be
an original.
It would be an original superhero, which I'm completely 100% fine with.
Yeah.
I am 100%
I'm also
fine
with that. Yeah,
with,
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
you hear that, James? We're good with it. You can do it.
We're good with it, James. Do it. Also, do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Exactly. It's Outerverse approved.
Yes. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. But
I think it's gonna be good.
You have any more movie topics?
I have one last movie topic that I would like to run through, just real quick. And we probably shouldn't spend a lot of time on this one, but I just watched the trailer for actually two things. I just watched the trailer for the new Fast and Furious movie.
Oh shit! Damn.
And it was awful.
Dude.
But even though it's awful...
Why did you have to bring that shit up, man?
Even though it looks so awful, I'm still going to go see it.
Obviously, it's Fast and the Furious. At this point, it's
At this point, I'm just furious. I don't know. I don't know any other way to... Like, it's like with each movie, they take it and they say, "Oh, we did all this cool shit. Now, what's something we could?"
That's exactly how I want the movie to be: is Fast and Furious, so I can be done with it. You know,
exactly. Yeah. Hopefully, it's like a 10-minute long video.
I mean, in my honest opinion, I think the franchise kind of died with Paul Walker.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Paul.
Rest in peace, Paul. But I think a lot of, maybe not the entire franchise, because I think they could have done better even after Paul Walker. But I think a lot of the story that they could have kept going died with Paul Walker.
Yeah.
A lot of story elements, as far as like them actually street racing, instead of like them using, like grappling hooks and shit to like
tanks,
fly tanks over bridges and shit. You know,
jets and.
I don't know. It's getting too extreme.
In the last one, did you watch the last one?
Yeah.
With what's her name? Oh my god, I forget her name every week, and she's my favorite actress.
I know who you're talking
Blonde
about.
hair.
Yes.
She was in Atomic Blonde.
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm so mad now. She's playing in The Old Guard. The Netflix show's coming up.
Yes.
Anyway, shit, that pisses me off.
But anyway,
that movie. Did you see the sequence in that movie? Do you remember where they took the control of all of the cars that had computers in them?
Yeah.
And sent every car in the city after them?
Yeah. Yep.
I watched that scene, and after that scene, I had my popcorn all over my stomach, and I was just like sitting there like, all right, that's it. There is absolutely nothing else that they can do. There is no way to top how ridiculous that just was on the TV screen. And I watched that freaking trailer yesterday, and I said, damn it! They've done it again!
They are perpetually pulling shit out of their ass to try and make this work.
In the trailer, he jumps a car off of the cliff. The plane above shoots like a big-ass suction cup down. And snaps onto the car and sucks it up into the plane. And they just... And they're like...
Dude, that sounds like some Inspector Gadget type
shit. Dude. It can't get any dumber than that.
Is Inspector Gadget in the movie?
He might be. He might be taking Dwayne Johnson's place.
Holy shit, dude.
But anyway, I just wanted to run that by and see what you thought. That movie, I think it's going to be total shit. It'll probably get 2 thumbs down from me, for sure.
Let's get 2 thumbs down from me, too.
But I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to have fun watching it.
It's going to be a funny movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be a funny movie, dude. I'm not taking it seriously at all.
And then okay, I'm done with Fast and Furious, sorry. I just had to mention it for a minute. And then the new horror movie coming out. I don't have a release date for it. I don't know, but I believe you sent me the trailer for it. I don't know how to say it either.
It's
Pinocchio
Peninsula.
Peninsula?
Yeah.
Peninsula.
Or is it it might be Peninsula.
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 I don't know.
I have no idea how to pronounce that. They should have been a little bit more clear.
If you don't know, guys, this movie, you need to look up the trailer for it.
Absolutely.
It's called Peninsula.
Peninsula.
Anyway, something with a P word. But anyway, it's basically...
Just remember appendix.
Kind of your typical, like, experimental... crazy doctors kind of stuff.
It is your 100% hospital cliche horror movie.
Yeah, like go to sleep, you have surgery, wake up, and you're in like a test chamber kind of thing.
But apparently it's like she goes to the hospital because her appendix ruptures. Yeah, from what I was gathering from it, and then she wakes up apparently, and it's not an actual licensed hospital. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
assume.
and her wounds are like all healed and stuff, so she's been kind of under for a minute.
Yes. So, and they're doing crazy experiments to other patients.
Yeah, they've got some kind. They're working on some kind of like healing serum or something.
Healing serum.
They're like torturing patients and then healing them and then doing it again.
Yeah, so they're hitting the respawn button.
Yeah. Respawn. You have exited the map. Respawn.
But if you haven't seen that trailer,
anyway, it looks good.
It does look good. Definitely check it out.
Looks gruesome.
It is. It looks like a gruesome. Oh man, like the scene with the leg, that shit where they saw the leg off of the lady,
and they like toss it in the thing,
and then they toss it in there like it's not shit.
Yeah, you know? Like don't do that to my leg.
But it grows back.
Wrap my leg up in some fine linen cloth.
Ooh,
and sit it down gently,
and then tenderize it.
Tenderize it. All right, Hannibal. But that's. I just wanted to mention that. Yes. I think that's something to be on the lookout for, that trailer.
I didn't see a date on that. Did you see a date?
I didn't either.
Okay. So, be on the lookout for that. And I have 2 more things on my list.
Okay.
And then we'll probably start wrapping up this long episode.
Shin-diggity-dig.
This shin-diggy-diggy.
What was that thing? The Naruto thing?
Shippuden.
The Shippuden-diggity-diggity.
The shippity-dibbity-dibbity. We will wrap it up. So, moving on to one more thing on my list is, are you a fan of Bruce Campbell?
Yes. I love Bruce Campbell. I love Evil Dead. I love Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Absolutely. I love it all. So what you're going to love, you may know about it. You may not.
Probably not.
And for all of you listening and or watching, if you're fans of Bruce Campbell, then you're probably going to be happy to hear that an Evil Dead 4 is in the works.
That's not related to the Evil Dead movie that was made a couple years back, right?
This is where the news kind of starts to take a downfall. So, so I only mentioned Bruce Campbell because he's like, that's the only reason it's making headlines. Is because of Bruce Campbell. So
he's old now, isn't he?
I think he's like in his 60s or so.
I seen him in Burn Notice like a couple years ago, and he
still
fat.
He still looks good though.
Really?
He still looks good.
I know that Ash vs. Evil Dead, he got kind of back in shape a little bit for, but
Evil Dead 4 is titled. Its official title is Evil Dead Rise.
Ooh, I like it.
Bruce Campbell is kind of going to be off to the side as kind of a director, essentially. That's why his name is kind of on the headlines.
So he's not really going to be in it?
Yeah, that's where the news kind of starts to go downhill again. So he said that it will have no relation at all to Ash, his character Ash. It will have no relation to his character Ash. It will also not be directed by the trilogy's original director, Sam, I think it's Raimi.
Oh my gosh, Sam Raimi did those?
Yeah, Sam Raimi. So he will not be directing this one. And they want to focus on a female protagonist, and they want it to kind of follow and lean towards the 2013 reboot. They want it to kind of follow in its footsteps.
Okay. I enjoyed that movie.
It was good.
I thought it was okay.
It was good. So they said they want a new female protagonist. They kind of want it to lean towards... They didn't say it was a sequel to the 2013 reboot. They said that they wanted it to lean towards...
Yeah.
The 2013 reboot. So, and kind of follow in its footsteps with what they said would be better decisions. Mm-hmm. So...
Absolutely.
And I think it might turn out good, since you've got Bruce Campbell on the side as kind of like a stand-in director, essentially, who's going to be kind of part-timing it, essentially. I think it might be okay.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, I'm sure if he's not going to put his name on it if it's to shuttle shit.
No, he definitely... He doesn't...
He knows how dedicated the Evil Dead fans are.
Yes, he knows how...
The slapstick horror.
Yes, he knows the hardcore Evil Dead fans would not want to see his name on a shit pile.
This is correct.
So, but... yeah, that's everything I have related to the Evil Dead 4 movie, Evil Dead Rise. So if all of you haven't really looked into that, check it out. There's way more details to it too. I'm just trying to kind of summarize a little bit for the episode. Yeah. So definitely look into it if you're a huge fan of Bruce Campbell and you're a huge fan of the Evil Dead series, the original trilogy. Definitely check that out because I'm excited for it. They don't have any type of date right now on when they're going to start production. The only thing I've really read is that Bruce Campbell said that they have received a revised script.
Okay, gotcha.
So
yeah.
That tells me that they're starting to get into like the early stages.
So they're actually spending money and time on working on making it happen.
Yes, and that's good that they're revising scripts. I love that. I mean, I want them to have a good script. I don't want them to just come up with some shit from that they pulled out of their ass and threw it on some paper and was like, "Here you go, Bruce Campbell.
Hey, here's a cabin in the woods you run out to and squirt blood everywhere."
That was something else. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you brought that up because
Excuse me. You're absolutely welcome, by the way.
I'm glad you mentioned that because Bruce Campbell also said that he did not want this movie to be another quote unquote cabin in the woods. Mm. He did not want it to be that way.
Also a great movie.
Yes. Also a great movie. But I'm completely 100% for that. Because I think that the cabin in the woods cliche is so overused.
Do you think this is going to be more like a Jason Goes to Manhattan kind of thing? Like the Necromancer book gets somehow picked up on the highway or something and taken to a town.
It could be an asylum type thing. Too.
Really? That would be cool.
I think if it were like an Evil Dead type thing and they brought the Necronomicon in, I think that shit would be cool.
Would be cool.
It would definitely be cool.
Damn it, I fucked that name all up.
What?
What did I call it? The Necromancer thing? That neck massager book?
Some RuneScape shit.
Yeah, dude. Okay. All right. Turn on thin ice there, Corey.
I'm just messing with you, Kendall.
There are necromancers in RuneScape, so just so you know, whatever.
Moving on to one last thing I have on my list for movies.
We are packed full today.
We are. This is probably our longest episode yet, I'm sure. Yeah. But packed full of information for all of you. Packed full of it.
That's right.
Packed full of it. Give you something good and long to listen to.
So we use the words packed full, good, and long.
Moving on. Okay, so
that is good stuff.
Phenomenal shit.
Yeah.
Golden shit. So, are you a fan of Seth Rogen?
I'm not a hater of Seth Rogen.
So you're just kind of like you're kind of neutral with
like
Seth
if he
Rogen.
makes something good, I'll watch it, but I'm not like gonna wear his T-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, but you know of him.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
You know of his work.
He's an
as well.
infamous marijuana connoisseur.
Absolutely, but you are kind of knowledgeable of some of his films.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Projects that he's done. So he's working on. Him and his production company, I believe, is Gray Point Productions. I think that's the name of his studio. They're working on a new CG animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot.
What?
Yes.
That sounds cool.
Yes. So it's going to be directed by, Jeff Rowe. Gravity Falls. So it's going to be directed by him, and it will be written by Brendan O'Brien.
Ooh.
Yes. So
Gravity Falls, that was good.
Yes. I love Gravity Falls.
It's very good.
So I'm pretty excited because I like some of Seth Rogen's work that he's done.
Yeah,
and,
I'm interested now.
And
I'll watch it for sure.
And just like you had mentioned, I love Gravity Falls. And so Jeff Rowe, I think he's a pretty good director. So I'm excited for it. It's a reboot movie and Seth Rogen's take essentially on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I'm pretty stoked. Pretty stoked for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have faith in him.
I was never like a super big Ninja Turtle fan.
I wasn't either. I was never super big into it, but
I liked it.
I did like it. I watched it. I think they went a little overboard with some of the movies
exactly.
that they came out with. So being a CG animated, and it's not going to be like realistic turtles.
Yeah.
He wants to keep it just like the original cartoon series.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he wants to keep it that way.
I prefer that.
Yes, just a reboot movie. So I'm excited for that. And right now they said they're kind of working on script material right now for the story and everything. So they haven't really officially started production on the movie. But if I had to take a guess, I would probably say maybe late 2021. Maybe early 2022 at the latest.
A lot of the times the animated movies go a lot quicker.
Yeah, they do. They
definitely
go a lot quicker, especially nowadays with with their technology.
They don't have to be on
technology
set
and everything.
Or anything.
Yeah.
It's just
absolutely
computer stuff.
Absolutely. So I'm pretty excited. I'm definitely going to watch it.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'm not going to pass on it. I think it's going to. I'll definitely give it a shot.
I can't say it's something that I may or may not fall asleep during. But I also can't say that it's something that I won't be super excited about.
He did say he wants to keep the same comedy that like the cartoon series.
Okay, see, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see just a bunch of kung fu turtles.
Yeah, so and Seth Rogen is kind of like on borderline being a comedian, anyways. So if he wants to kind of keep that same comedy vibe that the original cartoon series had, I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah.
I'm like you.
Let's do it.
I don't want to watch 66 minutes of like these turtles with like bandanas and shit flying around talking about pizza, cowabunga, pepperoni,
Master Splinter.
Yeah.
We call people that tattletale at my old job, we called them Master Splinter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Little rats. Little rats. You a rat boy?
Oh, you a rat boy?
Master Splinter.
Oh. But I think that's
all you got for movies?
That's everything I've got for movies. What about you?
That's everything I've got for movies, but I got something else right here I'm really excited about.
Ooh, what is it?
We've got some questions.
Ooh, shit. Do we really?
Yeah, we got some questions from some listeners/viewers.
Holy shit. I am excited.
Yeah, man.
I want to hear them.
Yes.
And I will do my best to answer them.
All right. I'm gonna throw this at you. It's actually a 3-part question.
Wait, what?
It's a 3-part question.
Holy shit.
It's actually 3 entirely different questions, but I'm going to pack it all into one question, all right?
Okay.
I'm going to throw it at you. You ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a sip of your drink and a hit of your vape and get ready for this thing. Here we go. Okay.
Hold up. Now I have to hit the vape.
You got to.
Hold on.
I've only hit mine like 18,000 times this episode. I apologize.
Okay, I am ready. I'm ready for the question.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready for this 3-part
this
conundrum shit.
Conspiracy theories.
Oof.
This is not movie related. It's not TV show or video game related.
Okay.
Do you, Corey Sinclair, believe that we did or did not actually have a man on the moon? And this question comes from Gracie.
Oh, Gracie. Oh, you pulling that famous question out. Pulling that famous
whipping
question
it
out.
out.
Yeah, whipping it out. Wait, what? Okay.
What do you think?
I think that it was filmed in Seth Rogen's basement.
In Seth Rogen's basement. Man, that's intense.
Yeah.
He must have been like 2.
Because if you look like off to the side when you go back and rewatch that footage, you see like a little bit of a cloud. And
really?
so Seth Rogen was off to the side smoking
some hot, dude. Yeah, freaking blitzing it up, dude.
No, I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. I'm 50-50 down the middle on that one.
Okay.
It's hard to
could or could not have.
Yeah, it's hard with that question, especially with me. It's hard to kind of go like,
it
was filmed in Seth Rogen's basement,
yeah.
or go 100% and go like,
or it actually happened,
or it actually happened. And Seth Rogen actually turned out to be one of the astronauts that landed on the moon.
My answer is kind of similar to yours as when it comes to these kind of conspiracy stuff. I think it's 50-50. I think it either absolutely most positively happened or could easily also be this other option. Stanley Kubrick filmed it.
Ooh, in his basement?
I don't know, maybe. I don't want to see what his basement looked like. He was a weird guy. But anyway, Gracie, I want to lean towards believing that it actually happened.
Same. I mean, I want to lean that way, but at the same time,
there's also no proof that I know of
that
it did or didn't.
Right. But until we have the power to reach out to Seth Rogen and ask him if he filmed it in his basement,
or the ghost of Stanley Kubrick,
and if he filmed it in his basement.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Next question. Well,
okay.
First, do you know what the Mandela effect is?
Yes. A big thing that happened a couple of years ago.
Can you very briefly tell me what that is?
Yeah, that is when our brains kind of, when we think that something actually was what it was a long time ago, but then it turns out that our brains actually miscommunicated with that and it wasn't what it was. So the perfect example, as I was talking about, that happened a couple of years ago is with the Bernstein Bears books. So the letters, everyone thought that it was spelled a different way than what it actually is. So it was the Mandela effect.
So you believe it's a real thing?
I had a couple of Bernstein Bear books when I was little. Yes.
I don't think I had any.
So I don't know where they are. They might be in Seth Rogen's basement.
Oh, that's funny.
But I am one of the people that I am with everybody on how they thought it was spelled. Because I believe it was spelled the way everyone else remembers it as, not as it is. I am completely for with everyone else on how they remember it being spelled. Mm-hmm. So I absolutely think it is a thing. I think it is a thing.
Okay.
So,
well, my answer to that is I didn't know what it was until the question was asked, and I didn't research it.
You got your research from me.
Sorry on that one, Gracie. Gracie is a conspiracy theory connoisseur.
Right.
She enjoys them and probably believes all of them.
You think maybe we should ask her if she thinks that the moon landing was filmed in Seth Rogen's basement?
Yes, absolutely.
She would probably
What
say
do you think,
yes.
Gracie?
What do you think, Gracie?
She might. It would probably. Yeah, she might. I don't know. All right, last question from Gracie.
Okay.
All right, last question.
Okay.
Do you believe in the mattress firm conspiracy? Do you know about this?
The mattress what?
Mattress firm, the store. Mattress firm.
They have a conspiracy?
Yeah. You didn't know about this?
I didn't know about this.
So there's a conspiracy that came out
about mattresses?
Yeah, exactly. So Mattress Firm is a huge company, right?
Okay.
So Mattress Firm came out, I don't know exactly when, but they very quickly put stores everywhere, and there's so many of them that it's
Right.
It's unfathomable as to how the accounting can add up for it.
Okay.
So, like, there's more stores than most mattresses sold. like in exaggeration, but it's kind of that same idea, but they're
so it's like each store produces two mattresses.
Yeah, but no one ever goes in. No one ever goes in there.
Does everybody come out?
And basically, I mean, yeah, if they go in. But anyway, supposedly it's like a. There's a bunch of different theories, and I'm curious to hear what yours is, Gracie. But there's a couple theories that, like, the Mexican drug cartel like washes money through Mattress Firm.
Holy shit!
There's theory that, like, something to do with Russians. I need embedding stuff in the beds. Get it? Embedding.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's stuff like that, and nobody ever goes in the stores. But there's like 10 in every. There's like 10 or 15 of them in every major city. Like, it's unbelievable. I think they go like 2 floors down, and they're like some kind of like satellite hub for spies or something.
Dude,
I don't know.
That's crazy.
You should look into it. You need to Google it.
I need to
Google it.
How long? Wait.
Like, the article.
How long has that been around? How long has that been?
It's been quite a few years.
Holy shit!
But the article that I read was, this is the title of the article. It was in Business Insider.
Okay.
It's a wildly popular conspiracy theory about why there are so many Mattress Firm stores is starting to sound a little less crazy.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh. There are over 3,500 Mattress Firm stores in the U.S. and almost all of them are circled around major cities.
Like, actually circled around?
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Holy shit, dude! Like, what?
Yeah. So anyway, you should look into it.
So is it like each store produces like 2 mattresses and that's it?
I mean, I don't know, but like, you can go in there literally and sit all day, and you might not ever see anyone go in. So anyway, it's a conspiracy, and I'm with you, Gracie. Something's fishy there.
It does.
I don't like it.
Gracie, I'm with you, Gracie. Something sounds.
I don't like it.
Was Seth Rogen behind this? I don't know.
It's the Russians.
That's crazy. So, are we about ready to wrap this episode up?
I think we are.
I think so. So
we've talked about a lot of stuff this episode.
This has been a slam-packed episode. So,
I mean, it is a long holiday weekend, so we had to have a long list of content.
We had to make sure that we had some hot quality,
some hot scoops,
quality content for this episode. But I think I'm ready to wrap it up. What about you?
Yeah, you want to hit some shout outs before we wrap?
Before we wrap this thing up? Definitely. So the first podcast that I would like to shout out is Murders.
Murders.
Yes, the Murders podcast. They've given us a lot of support on Twitter.
Yeah.
They have retweeted numerous things of ours. So I mean, they've given us a lot of support, and they have a they have a really, really good following.
And there's a lot of accounts and stuff that you can see on Twitter that will like and follow you just to have you follow them back, and never say anything, or they'll say some blanket statement like, or as soon as you follow them, they'll send you a message. Thanks for liking our blah, 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 blah. If you want to join our, whatever their fan base is, go to this link.
If you want to donate to our Patreon, you can.
Exactly. But these people, I really like it whenever they actually, you can tell that they're actually people and they're doing it, and they, they've been doing it longer.
Yeah, you don't follow them. You don't follow them back, and the first thing they say is, "Hey, would you like to pledge $1 to our Patreon?"
Exactly.
So but
thank you, Murders. Thank you showing us some love.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out because it's a true crime podcast. So, and I love true crime podcasts. So check them out. Thank you for the support. We really do appreciate it.
Cool. I have one.
Okay.
I don't even know if we did this last week. We may have, but I'm going to do it again. Maybe a double shout out.
Okay.
Shout out to Paranormal Coffee.
Yes, absolutely.
I actually listened. I listened to your full episode on the Skinwalker Ranch yesterday on the way home from work because I have a long drive home. because I don't. This is not my job. And this is not Corey's job.
No.
I don't think. Unless he
No.
is withholding some accounting information from me.
Not that I know of.
Anyway, I listened to the podcast, man, and it sounded good. Love it. I like that kind of stuff. And
absolutely,
you're killing it.
Yeah.
And he has just recently started as well. So
great podcast.
Yeah.
Great.
And this is how you grow the community.
This is it.
Connecting with each other.
This is it.
Making this thing happen. You know what I mean?
It's networking.
So if you guys are out there listening, check out Paranormal Coffee. They drink coffee and talk about paranormal stuff. I know you never saw that coming, but they do.
Yep, that's right. Oh, actually, I saw where he had recently changed his name. So
like his actual name?
His actual podcast is Boo and Brood. Now.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
really?
Yeah, Booed and
that must have been today.
Yeah, it was today. I think
Booed and Brood?
Booed and Brood. Yeah, so I think he had someone that had popped up that actually had a very, 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 very similar name to his.
Oh.
And so he came up with something entirely different and kept all of his original episodes, but just changed the name of his podcast.
Okay, I got you.
So, thank you, Booed and Brood.
Booed and Brood.
Thank
I
you
had
so
no
much.
idea.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So, thank you.
Congrats on the name change,
Yeah,
too.
congrats
That's cool.
I like that. It's very catchy.
Very catchy.
Thank you, Murders Podcast, and thank you, Booed and Brood.
Formerly known as Paranormal Coffee.
Formerly known as Paranormal Coffee.
Yeah.
So,
anybody else?
That's all I can think of.
Yeah. Shout out to Google.
Shout out to Google.
Shout out to Google for helping me do some research on this mattress firm thing.
Oh, one thing that I would like to mention, all of you out there that, primarily listen to all of your, audio needs on Pandora. We would like to tell you that we are officially on Pandora now.
Are we not officially on everything now?
We are officially on everything. We are on everything, and I am dead serious. The only thing we aren't on is Seth Rogen's basement.
Is your desktop right now? We are not sitting on your desk.
Not yet.
Right now. Not yet. As soon as they add that capability in, we'll be the first ones to plop down.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
so,
we're on everything.
We are on every platform. I mean, you can find us. Literally, do a Google search of us.
So you have no excuses.
Do a Google search, and it's 2 pages full of the Outerverse podcast.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's awesome to be the
first 2 pages of that search. It's
I've never even been the first page or the second.
So it's crazy.
Of anything.
It's crazy. And thank all of you so much for helping us get to the top 200 again.
Exactly.
On the film and movie
We hope
charts.
to keep climbing.
We hope to keep climbing. Keep climbing.
Yeah, my hands are hurting from all these digital ladders we've
been just working our way up. So but it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much for your support and your ratings, following us, leaving us reviews on Apple Podcasts. I mean, it's insane the amount of support that we've had, because we never, and going into this, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how just in 4 weeks.
I feel like we've been doing this for like 6 months.
I know.
Can we just record like the next 30 episodes right now?
We might as well.
I want there to be 30 episodes now.
We'll get there. We're not getting canceled.
We're not.
We will not get canceled.
We are self-employed.
We are self-employed. That's right. But thank you guys so much. I think we're going to wrap it up because it's pretty late.
It is pretty late.
But we hope that you've enjoyed this episode. So thank you so much for joining us. To get in contact with us, our email is theouterversebiz with a Z at gmail.com.
Send us your questions.
Your
thoughts,
and make sure you lay
none of your pictures.
Make sure you lay those damn cards on the table. Make sure you lay them on the table. Lay them down. So you can get in touch with us through email. You can follow us on Twitter at the Outerverse PC.
Yeah.
You can also, I mentioned it, I think we mentioned it in last week's episode, but we are now on Instagram, and our Instagram has been blowing up.
It's the Outerverse Podcast.
At the Outerverse Podcast. So you can follow us on Instagram. We'll be posting some pretty cool shit, I'm sure.
We're going to post some pictures from this episode.
Yes. And
tomorrow.
We plan on doing some vlog stuff later on down the road as well, so we'll probably have snippets of that on Instagram and everything. So there are plans.
plans.
We have a lot more plans than just this podcast. So we have a lot of stuff in the works. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. So we have a lot of stuff planned, but thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the support. It really does mean a lot. And
seriously, though, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you just tuning in and listening and joining us every week. So,
and on behalf of the Outerverse Podcast, I would like to wish you all a happy 4th of July.
Absolutely.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe and have a bitchin' 4th of July.
Yeah, have a bitchin' one.
Have a bitchin' one. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.